let's just take a quick look at Tesla. So, whoops, sorry. TSLA. So Tesla, interesting chart, not a healthy chart. So Tesla had its huge, massive sell-off yesterday. We played this for a day trade bounce, a beautiful bounce. We sold at 907, so not at the exact top, but pretty darn close. And then look what happened today, 891. You still have a massive, massive gap on Tesla down here. I think you could probably fill that tomorrow. Oh, maybe not tomorrow. You might get a little bit of a boost in the markets because of Facebook. Just due to the nature of the market cap and it performing well. But I think that you fill this gap eventually. Now, this is not going to be a level that you can trade. I don't think this is going to act as much support. So be very careful which gaps you play. Not all gaps are technical support levels that you can play to your benefit. So I certainly won't be trading that gap intraday. I don't think it's going to hold much support. Once you break this key trend line here on Tesla, then ultimately, I think you're coming to test these double bottom area and in and around this lower range of the channel. You have these supports down here, and then you also have a longer term trend line. Let me just erase these lines so it's easier. You have a longer term trend line here from 2021, pivot, pivot, and it should act as support. It could coincide with the low range of this parallel channel that we've been chopping back and forth in. And I think Tesla's going to be under some real pressure. There's some real people out there that don't want Elon Musk to succeed. And with him now leveraging Tesla stock to complete the Twitter deal, it leads me to suspicion that if Tesla has significant downside, that could put a lot of pressure on Elon personally to potentially cover his, or potentially have a margin call against him to cover the leverage stock that he has to make the Twitter deal go through. So let's just flip back to the spiders and Facebook just to see how it's going. So Facebook, you're having a little bit of a pullback, but very, very strong nonetheless. There is no real selling pressure. We're slightly in the money on our short. It could have a little bit of a pop tomorrow, but nonetheless, I do think you're into resistance. I don't think Facebook goes much, much higher from here. We still have to remember what economic conditions we're in. These 1 day, or 1 week pops don't typically last. I mean, if you look at, again, the Tesla chart, Tesla was the same thing. So I think it was very smart of us to take profits. I mean, here, let's just flip back to Tesla. Let me fix this. Again, this was Tesla's earnings over here, where you were selling off and then you had a huge pop, but then you reversed. I mean, literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days after earnings, you're basically trading from the high of the earnings all the way down to the low is a 19% difference. So in a matter of 1 week, that is crazy, 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 crazy volatility. And it's certainly a trader's market. That's why you have to be nimble. But the market should have some reprieve tomorrow with Facebook now performing relatively well, not relatively, exceptionally well in the post-market hour.